Mike Dorsey had lived most of his life in the dark. It's not metaphorically, literally. He worked in the belly of New York City, crawling through its veins of rusted iron and flowing waste. 23 years in sanitation. He liked the solitude. He liked the silence. But that Tuesday, the silence felt different, oppressive, like something had stopped breathing just to listen. Tunnel 48B was flagged as unstable. Mike expected rats or maybe a pipe burst. But when the wall collapsed, it wasn't water that spilled out. It was cold air, still, ancient, and behind the bricks, a shape, rectangular, caged in chains. Half buried in filth, humming like it had a pulse. The chest was old, but not rusted. Its iron gleamed faintly beneath the grime. It shouldn't have been there. It didn't want to be touched. But Mike, driven by a pull he couldn't explain, reached out anyway. When he touched it, the lights dimmed in. Something behind him shifted, unseen. He forced it open, not with effort, with permission. The lid rose like it knew it was time. Inside, gold. Bars, stacked like a shrine. They glowed slightly, not from light but from heat. A heat that felt wet, hungry. Something shifted beneath the bars. That night, Mike's faucets turned on by themselves. The air vent whistled, forming syllables. First he heard static, then words, whispers in his ear. You saw it, you touched it, you woke it. For days all Mike could think about was the chest. But little did he know, the chest was waiting for him. This time it opened on its own. He took one bar. It pulsed. He flinched. Something laughed in the tunnel. The buyer inspected the bar, then smiled with too many teeth. He handed Mike the money. As Mike left, the lights in the pawn shop burst behind him. Money poured in, debts disappeared. His mother called him by name again, but her eyes didn't look like hers. She told him his father used to hear the whispers too. The walls whispered. The lights flickered in Morse code. When he turned the TV on, it showed a live feed of Tunnel 48B. No cameras were installed there. He went back, took 2 more bars. The gold burned his skin. His palms blistered, but he didn't drop them. He walked home under a sky that seemed lower than usual. With his eyes in the mirror, his reflection blinked when he didn't. Then it whispered, I'm waiting where you left me. When he looked away and back again, the mirror showed a tunnel behind him. He buried the bars. The next morning, they were in his bathtub, floating in blood, but there were no wounds. His apartment creaked at night even when he stood still. Mold formed symbols across the ceiling. His neighbor disappeared. Her cat meowed from the wall. The phone rang. His mother? But her voice was layered with something deeper. A second voice. Male, inhuman. We told you not to open it. The furnace roared without fuel. When he tried to burn a bar, it hissed out a scream in his own voice. The smell that followed was burnt hair and pennies. His walls bled, not paint. Blood. It formed words as he watched. You are the key. He scraped it away. It reappeared in his dreams. In the mirror, his reflection peeled its own skin, off revealing a skull made of gold. It grinned. It spoke. You opened the door. Now hold it open. He blacked out for hours. Woke up in the chest. Inside it, naked, covered in wet coins. Someone or something closed the lid. It took him hours to claw his way free. He saw figures in the corners. Some looked like him. Others wore uniforms that hadn't existed in a century. They whispered coordinates, directions, dates. At the deepest level, below the city, he found a pool, black, still, and above it, the chest floated, not resting, breathing. Beneath the water, eyes, hundreds. You were chosen, the pool said. No lips, no mouth. Just thought. You were always meant to find it. You're not the first. Faces rose in the water, some still alive. Across the pool stood himself, but different, older, decomposed. His decomposed self held a bar and said, You let me out. I need you in. The chamber began to scream. Gold bars burst into flame. Mike ran, but his shadow stood still, refused to follow. He looked back and saw himself sink beneath the pool. A month later, a team investigating Mike's disappearance found no Mike, just a single gold bar floating in clear water. A child walks past a grate. He hears humming, something soft, or lullaby in reverse. He crouches down and puts his ear to the grate. From below, the young boy hears a man's voice. It wants someone new. Sometimes doors can't be locked, and everything that glitters isn't gold. And some tunnels lead back to where you started, but you're not the one walking out. The sewer gold.